going into one of my favorite parts and a friend of mine's favorite part. Let's check this out. Nice candle. Wow. Wow. Sorry for the frame rate drop there. It's quite pretty. Dripping through the top. We got some stalactites hanging tight to the ceiling. Stalagmites might hurt if you sit on them. Alright. I was about to jump in the hole. Oh god. Ah, now I've broken my femur.
Did Jakobsen crawl this far? Can I identify the scratches his nails ruined into the rocks? Am I following him cell for cell, inch for inch? Why did he turn back on himself and not carry through to the ascent?
So this is where Jakobsen died. This must be a very cold place then, because they said he was frozen. Wow, look at that detail. I'm still making no splashes in the wall. Wow. This is much better in full res. Okay, that's a brain cell. I know that much. Or a drawing of what a brain cell would be like. Those are supposed to be like the sensors, and they send off different chemicals between one another. The branch here, I mean. That's as far as I go. I've always been a geology major rather than a biology-esque. Earth science has always been my strong suit. Never really enjoyed much of the biological stuff. But that's a story for another day. Pretty mushrooms. Wonder how I'm being fed on this island. Am I eating paint? Oh, I saw paint in the same paint. I was interrupted by the speech. Oh, is my leg better now? Am I, or was I, oh, I was down low to get past these, weren't I? Yeah, I was. Okay. Saw paint in the shepherd guy's house earlier. That was the same paint that was from the shipwreck. That's a cool thing. Got some worn out rocks. Let's go this way.
I first saw him sat by the side of the road. I was waiting for you to be cut out of the wreckage. The car looked like it had been dropped from a great height. The guts of the engine spilled over the tarmac, like water underground.
You got circuitry, water underground. Oh, I get it. You got the circuitry. Maybe those are chemicals for the brain cells that are transferred. Am I in like some form of depression? Yeah, those are the sensors I was talking about before. That's a drawing of them. So I'm confused now. What does that have to do with? Oh my god, what is that? It's like circuitry of some sort. Yeah, definitely circuitry. That's more of a Steven kind of thing. Maybe Chris can tell me what those chemicals are. He's a pharmacy major, which is very chemistry oriented. Just gonna scoot on through here. Don't mind me. I'm just a silly little YouTuber. Well, let's jump down here because fuck it, our legs broke. I thought there was gonna be a loading screen for a minute. Is there a way I'm supposed to be swimming up? Nah, it's doing it by itself. Oh, no it's not. Is there anything in this water? Doesn't look like it. Wow. Even more beautiful than before. Wow. No, I know there's a... I remember this scene vividly. It's coming up here soon. There's a point which sent goosebumps all through my body because it was so well done. Maybe I'm just building it up too much, but this game has a weird atmosphere of being creepy without being creepy, if that makes sense. It's not quite a horror game, but it's definitely a mystery thriller-esque. You're trying to figure out who you are. They did a great job on it. Come to think of it, it's a lot like Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs, isn't it? Without the horror. Whoa. Cracks all up in this. Nice little pieces of mold, it looks like. Or fungi of some sort. Some shrooms. Whoa. Sound changed. Is everything okay? Hero. My name is Larson. Is anybody there? Whoa.
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the Ariel shining to me through the rocks.
So, I'm shoving up pain pills so I can maintain reality, basically. Lucid means, like, it's a synonym for vivid, if I remember right. These stalactites are beautifully done. Now, I'm not sure if I had it in the recording before, but, oh, there's some crystals. Some quartz, maybe. Though I don't think quartz is normally at this level. It's probably a byproduct of the evaporating water. I have no clue what that'd be. Wow, it is pretty though. Oh, deeper water than I thought. And then again, I'm hovering, so maybe I just can't swim. What is that? I don't know. I don't know. Chemical composition there. Something about the mushrooms? I don't know. I'm trying to get as much as this game. If you haven't noticed, I've gone a little bit away of what you normally would do if you're trying to do a straight run through. So I'm trying to get as much content in this world as much as possible, because a lot of this Let's Play is just going to be enjoying the atmosphere. And then, you know, moving on with the story. So I'm going to go low first. And once again, if I miss something or if I want to try other things, maybe I'll do a compilation of stuff we missed. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Wow. Can't believe I played this in low res. This game is beautiful. I mean, it's no Call of Duty Ghost, but... What's over here? What's this? What is that? Are those boats? Oh, they're paper boats. That makes... I'm confused now. Let's see, can I... Yeah, I wouldn't be able to go over there. More circuitry. Is it comparing the brain to circuitry, and what does that have to do with this place? I don't understand! Oh lord, more paint. It even made it down here. And so they made this game so pretty, they painted everything. Oh, whoa, caught on a rock there. My invisible feet, oh no. Okay. I'm not even gonna try to make sense of that. I really don't know circuitry all that well. I know it's in my computer. That's about as far as I go with that. Okay. Going over. Water dripping on my forehead. It's funny, stalactites normally grow from slow drips, so maybe the gap in the ceiling wasn't always that big. A lot of this is eroded of the water, though. And then again, maybe it's just supposed to be pretty and I'm not supposed to worry about how it got there. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Go on through here. What's up, dude? You haven't talked to Esther in a while. Or us. There's another brain cell. I'm gonna guess a brain cell of some form. There's actually the guy that came up with what a brain cell should look like, or what he thinks it looks. Wow. I'm really glad it's not on my invisible feet, because then I would be bleeding invisible blood.
I will hold the hand you offered to me, from the summit down to this well, into the dark waters where the small flowers creep for the sun. Headlights are reflected in your retinas, moonlit in the shadow of the crematorium chimney.
So she was cremated. That's pretty sad, bro. Oh, okay. Rehold. Discuss. Taker. Talker? Taker. Yeah. There's chemicals in the machines now. Yeah, I got goosebumps again. Thoroughly. Wow. Did you notice the music? Way from being achy. Away from being achy. And small b ruinous keep. What? And scale be a ruinous wheat. Something. Oh my goodness. Oh, glowy roots. That's normal. Maybe I'm in the, this is the end of the world. This is what it just turned into. One giant island. Everything else was flooded. There's Noah's Ark 2, except instead of sending everyone 2 by 2, it's send one crazy man on a boat. And Ralph, or whatever, who then died. Oh, Lord. Alrighty then. Excuse me. They remind me of those little wormy things from Limbo, if anyone's ever played that game. Those were a bitch. It would like get into your brain and make you go the opposite of what you wanted to do. Made some for difficult platforming. Let's see here. What is happening here? More water coming down. Someone really needs to patch the roofing on this place. Whee! I'm gonna break all the bones in my body. Am I dead? I do not remember this part at all. Okay, hospital bed. It's getting all Lost Planet on me. Okay, there's a hospital table with an IV. It does not look very comfortable. Maybe Maybe it was an operating table. I don't know, my hospital once again. Can I... Jeez, that's loud. Blum, 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 blum. If only there was a swim faster mechanic. Oh, wait, I can do that. Oh, never mind. I'm just an ass. Loading screen? Nope. Wow. This game is something, isn't it? The soundtrack isn't anything special, but it's spot on for what they wanted to do, so it's impressive for what it is. Okay, so now, well, someone was camping out here. Camping with candles, maybe a shipwrecked with paint and candles. Just what every abandoned island needed. Wow. This game's been out for a while now, but personally I think it'll age like wine.
The moon over the Sanford Junction, headlights in your retinas. Donnelly drove a grey hatchback without a bottom. All the creatures of the tarmac rose to sing to him. All manner of symbols crudely scrawled across the cliff face of my unrest. My life reduced to an electrical diagram. All my gulls have taken flight. They will no longer roost on these outcrops. The lure of the moon over the Sanford Junction is too strong.
Is he, when he's talking about birds, I wonder if he's talking about all his friends. Because he mentioned the guy turning into a gull, or his gull flying away. And I'm not really sure if this part's gonna have any fruit, because I remember going back here last time and absolutely nothing happening. So maybe I'll fast forward a bit. I mean, insert a running mechanic, and yeah, you guys will. I'll make sure you see the pretty stuff. Someone got a ladder and painted that. That's nice. It is beautiful. The piano right now, wow. Sounds beautiful. Especially with the moon and everything's kinda... feels final, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Reminds me of the end of The Machine for Pigs, if you guys have ever saw that. It's one of the greatest, in my opinion. No one ever recognizes it, but the Machine's rant at the very end of Machine for Pigs, where he's talking about, and his spoiler alert, by the way, just stop listening here for, I'll put an annotation or a thing up.
Dear Esther, I find each step harder and heavier. I drag Donnelly's corpse on my back across these rocks, and all I hear are his whispers of guilt, his reminders, his burnt letters, his neatly folded clothes. He tells me I was not drunk at all.
Did I kill Esther? Oh, all this time I thought I was Esther's husband. But, oh. Donnelly's wife was probably Esther. Oh. I'm gonna shut up for a little bit. No, I'm not. Anyway, Machine for Pigs. the last little bit at the end there, and spoiler alerts, so I'll put an annotation up or a bubble up to tell you when it's okay to listen again. At the end of it, you go up in this machine, which is half part of your soul, because the orb, which was in Amnesia 1, they all have weird powers and whatnot. It's the constant lore of Amnesia.
There were chemical diagrams on the mug he gave me coffee in, sticky at the handle where his hands shook. He worked for a pharmaceutical company with an office based on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. He'd been travelling back from a sales conference in Exeter, forming a strategic vision for the peddling of antacid yogurt to the European market. You could trace the connections with your finger, join the dots, and whole new compounds would be summoned into activity.
Light from heaven shone around him. I'll be trying to, all this text, I'll try to get it all and compile it. Anyway, when you find out part of his soul was ripped out of him, the machine talks about, and he saw everything in the future that lay ahead for the new century. He talks about the World War II and how horrible life is going to be in the 1900s, all the way to the end.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic, and I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
So obviously this man is very remorseful, because all these letters he's writing is to Esther. Wow. All of a sudden, light from heaven shone around him, and he fell to hell. The ground, and he fell to the ground. Oh, I thought it said to hell. Sorry about that, had to sneeze. Alrighty. Wow. So, I've accidentally killed Esther as a drunker. I'm on this abandoned island for some reason, that's not explained. And Ronald, which I'm not sure was the shepherd, because I lost track. I don't think he was, because that's right, he had no heirs for him. And he died. Or he died with the island with me, so maybe we were friends together. He's talking about the coffee he used to shake, so there was a chemical on the coffee cup.
A sound of torn metal, teeth running over the edge of the rocks, a moon that casts a signal. As I lay pinned beside you, the ticking of the cooling engine, and the calling from a great height, all my mind as a bypass.
Calling for... Am I dead? Says he was called from a great height. Shined around him as he fell. Did he die in the car crash as well? What? I'm confused. I am confuzzled, guys. Which is not that hard to do. Not at all. In any way, shape, or form. Well, I'm glad the children are singing to me. That's nice. We are now in the...
I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fibre, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And he was proceeding on his journey. Alrighty then. I shall proceed on my journey. A paperful in time. Alright, I didn't catch this my first run through, but I think this is purgatory then. Yeah. And was come near to damning. And was coming near to damning. And was come. And he was...
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Ah, I see. So he had syphilis. He went insane. That's why there was writing everywhere. 3 days. What did I say before? And he was tried. He was 3 days. Oh, duh. Without sight. And neither did he eat nor probably sleep, right? Drink. Neither did he eat. Is this a Bible verse? Wow. Things got all purpley and pretty and creepy and weird. Pretty lit candle. Good thing they're using a lot of purple. I can't tell the difference between red or green. Oh.
The stones in my stomach will weigh me down and ensure my descent is true and straight. I will break through the fog of these godforsaken pills and achieve clarity. All my functions are clogged, all my veins are choked. If my leg doesn't rot off before I reach the summit, it will be a miracle. There are 21 connections in the circuit diagram of the anti-lock brakes. There are 21 species of gull inhabiting these islands. It is 21 miles between the Sandford Junction and the turn-off for home. All these things cannot, will not be a coincidence.
21 junctions in an anti-lock brake. Oh. Okay. So that's what the circuitry's for. And the goals. Okay. And it came to pass that as it made my journey, as I made my journey, and was come away, something, I can't tell. Is there a stance I can... No, I'm gonna fall off if I'm not careful. Noon. I'll look it up and post it in the full quote will be posted on this part here. It'll be on my screen right about now if everything went right. And not seen...
He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all. He had not drunk with Donnelly or spat Jacobson back at the sea. He had not careered across the lost shores and terminal beaches of this nascent archipelago. He did not intend his bonnet to be crumpled like a spent tissue by the impact. His windscreen was not star-studded all over like a map of the heavens. His paintwork etched with circuit diagrams, strange fish to call the gulls away. The phosphorescence of the skid marks lighting the M5 all the way from Exeter to Damascus.
So, he was admitting he wasn't drunk. By speaking to himself in the third person. Because I'm like quite possibly insane right now. Alright. Well, we saw this in the distance before. Guess we made it. Woo! I have no clue why this was so important.
We will leave twin vapor trails in the air. White lines etched into these rocks.
Dear Esther, I have burned the cliffs of Damascus. I have drunk deep of it. My heart is my leg, and a black line etched on the paper all along this boat without a bottom. You are all the world like a nest to me. Eggs unbroken form like fossils, come together, send small black flowers to the air. From this infection, hope. From this island, flight. From this grief, love.
Come back.
I wonder if it's going to be a black screen for 21 seconds. Is it made in Half-Life? Alright, well, it's a black screen now. So I'm gonna say the game's over, obviously. Alright, well, from what I can piece together, the man we're playing as killed Esther in a driving accident, blamed it on drinking, Obviously, he didn't believe so, and neither did, I believe, her husband. I mean, he's then in purgatory, which is the island we're on, and he's been here for ages trying to accept the fact that it seems he wasn't drunk, and he killed Esther. He was so afraid of it, I suppose. And we finally ended it, and he's accepted the fact, and he flew away with the birds, just like everyone else in purgatory. When they accepted it, they turned into birds and flew away, probably symbolic of angels. So I'm sure everyone else has their own opinion of what happened, and I'm sure there's no true explanation. But share in the comment sections below what you think happened. That's my serious opinion. I hope you guys go out and enjoy this some more. It's only $10 or so on Steam. I may play through it again in the future, maybe not, we'll see. But I've been Larson, this has been Dear Esther, and you've been beautiful.